Hi class, Sir Benjie uli. Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-attend sa lesson natin kanina, and we have, as a review, we have talked about a lot of things, and we also focus on the circulatory system. And gusto kong magbigay sa inyo ng karagdagang information, lalo na patungkol sa paano mag-circulate ang dugo sa puso ng isang tao. So courtesy of Khan Academy, panoorin natin ang video na ito at sana ito ay makakatulong sa inyong karagdagang kaunawaan patungkol sa circulation ng dugo sa katawan ng tao. Maraming salamat. Enjoy watching.
A vein from the upper part of our body, from our arms and heads. This is the inferior vena cava. This is veins from our abdomen and from our legs and the rest of our body. So it first enters the right atrium. Remember, it's the right hand. We call it the right atrium because this is someone's heart facing us, even though this is on the left-hand side. It enters through here. It's deoxygenated blood. It's coming from veins. The body uses the oxygen. Then it shows up in the right ventricle. Right? These are valves in our heart, and it passively, once the right ventricle pumps and then releases, it has a vacuum and it pulls more blood from the right atrium. It pumps again, and then it pushes it through here. Now, this blood right here, remember, this one still is deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood, it goes to the lungs to become oxygenated. So this right here is the pulmonary. I'm using the word pulmonary because it's going to or from the lungs, or it's dealing with the lungs, and it's going away from the heart. It's the pulmonary, the way is artery, pulmonary artery, and it's deoxygenated, Then it goes to the heart, rubs up against some alveoli, and then gets oxygenated. And then it comes right back. Now this right here, and it comes back just like that. This right here, we're going to the heart, so that's a vein. We're dealing where it's in the loop with the lungs, so it's a pulmonary vein. And it rubbed up against the alveoli and got the oxygen diffused into it, so it is oxygenated, and then it flows into your left atrium. Now the left atrium, once again, from our point of view, is on the right hand side, but from the dude looking at it, it's his left hand side. So it goes into the left atrium. Now in the left ventricle, after it's done pumping, it expands, and so that oxygenated blood flows into the left ventricle. Then the left ventricle, the ventricles are what do all the pumping. It squeezes, and then it pumps the blood. It pumps the blood into the aorta. Now the aorta, this is an artery. This is an artery. Why is it an artery? Because we're going away from the heart. Is it a pulmonary artery? No. We're not dealing with the lungs anymore. The lungs, we dealt with the lungs when we went from the right ventricle, went to the lungs in a loop, back to the left atrium. Now when we're in the left ventricle, we pump into the aorta. Now this is to go to the rest of the body. This is an artery, a non-pulmonary artery, and it is oxygenated. And I want to make this, so when we're dealing with non-pulmonary arteries, we're oxygenated, but a pulmonary artery has no oxygen. It has to go away from the heart to get the oxygen. Pulmonary vein comes from the lungs to the heart with oxygen, but the rest of the veins go to the heart without oxygen because they want to go into that loop on the pulmonary loop right there.
Well, there you are. Katatapos lamang ng presentation mula sa Khan Academy. Nagpapasalamat tayo sa kanilang video. At ang maging sunod na lesson natin sa next meeting would be about respiratory system, digestive system, and even urinary and endocrine system. See you later!